Hello again, everybody. I'm guessing you've probably been sitting for a while now in front of your computer screens. So we're going to look at changing that. One of the important things we have to remember about workplace well-being is that it's important to, I'll say, disrupt static posture. So you don't want to just sit for too long or stand for too long or be in any one particular posture for too long. So it's good to change things around. We did that a little bit in the first session, just looking at how we can, for example, stay seated and change things around. But we're going to add in some getting up and getting down. So we'll keep it fairly contained. I don't expect anyone to be getting up and doing any high kicks or anything, but we're going to actually just do a simple exercise of standing up and sitting down, interspersed with those other exercises we've already done. So we simply stand up and sit down. You can do this as many times as you want. We're just going to do about 5 for now, but you could be doing 10. Really straightforward. I'll just convert round to the side. So as if I've just come through. And then we're just going to go into that cat stretch we looked at earlier. So arching and curling, rounding the spine, arching, rounding as much as you can, chin into the chest, arching without taking the head fully back. Again, you can do as many of these as you want, and then we come back to the stand-up, sit-down. I'll demonstrate the side on as well, so you just get to an idea of the posture. So you want to keep the posture of the spine intact. We're going to come back and look at posture more specifically in the next segment. But we'll just start introducing some of the ideas now. Again, we'll do about 5 now, but you can do as many as you like going forward. And then we come back to that rotational stretch. So left hand inside left thigh, keep the central axis of the spine in place and twisting around. Back through center and twisting around. And again, through and twisting around and through and twisting around. Back to the stand up, sit down. Very straightforward. Stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down. You want to control the weight in both directions so you're not snapping the knees as you come up and you're not dropping down. So you're controlling the weight in both directions. Okay, after 5 or so of those, we come up and we go back into the side bend. So we're just interspersing the stand up, sit down with what we did earlier. It's very straightforward. And we'll look at how we do that without the chair, same as before. Same cat stretch, arching, curling, arching, curling. We're going to come all the way up and just do a squat without the chair. Squat and up, squat and up, squat and up. The heels stay down all the time. You're not lifting the heels off. So you take the pelvis back and keep the heels down. You mustn't be here with the heels off. Keep those heels down. Okay, into the rotational stretch. We go down to the floor. Next, come around the corner, anchoring with the left hand when the legs are to the left. That means the right hand is up around 10 o'clock. Changing through, anchoring with the right hand when the legs are to the right. Arm is up around 2 o'clock. Again, you can repeat that. And we come back up to standing for the squat. We're going to do an add-on in this, make it a bit more complex. We're going to float the leg up. So it just requires you to be a bit more aware. You've got to worry about the balance. We try to engage the core, firming the abs back through towards the spine, just to get a little more engagement, a little more awareness, a little more mindfulness going on. But essentially, we're still just doing the squat, and we're floating through. Just be courageous with this. But the worst that can happen is that you just have to step out of it. You're not going to fall off a cliff or anything, so just allow yourself to go through it. Okay, we go back into the side bend. I'm beginning to puff already. That's because I'm talking a lot at the same time, but just doing those squats at the same time, it's going to get the blood flowing far more around the structure. And that's really what we want to do. When we sit for too long or stand for too long, the blood stops flowing around. So it's really critical to get it flowing around. So there's a couple of benefits of that, clearly. It gets the oxygen to the muscles, but it also gets the oxygen to the brain. So it's going to help to diminish sense of fatigue and diminished focus. So really, really beneficial things to do. You can come back and do the hamstring stretch, either on the chair or on the floor. So we simply come back over the leg, through, changing over, or as before, we can do that down on the floor. Pushing out through the heel of this leg, nice straight bottom leg, pushing out through the heel, and pulling the near leg up and over. So very similar to the first segment, we just added in the squats. So as I said, really beneficial for getting the blood to flow around. It's really going to help to create some energy and alertness. Very good thing to do, particularly through that mid-afternoon slump. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that segment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one, where we'll deal with sitting and standing postures.